Alright, American Library Association Interpretation of the Library Bill of Rights. We're on equity, diversity, inclusion, and belonging. Equity, diversity, and inclusion belong essential to promoting practicing intellectual freedom. The library play with a vital role in democracy, self-government, personal development, and social progress. Everyone's right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness with the goal of the library. Library workers should embrace the equity, the diversity, the inclusion, belonging in all that they do with the equity. With the equity means with the consideration, difference, and ensure with a fair practical outcome. Recognizing some of the groups have safe with the barrier, with the educated, with employment, that many with the barriers still exist to the day. With as a result, the groups are often unrepresented and marginalized. With the equity, with the focus, with the increase of the diversity, inclusion, belong with improving the condition of the disadvantaged groups. This diversity means some of the wave of people that are the same and different. Embracing the diversity means the recognizing the value of the unique equalities to each person. Inclusion in an environment where everyone is treated fairly with respect as valued with the unique skill, the experience, the abilities, and the perspectives have the equitable access to the resource of the other opportunities. Belonging is whether every person that have feels truly and welcome and include with the creative of the environment, the library work with the administrative, the governing body, with the show with the reflect the age, origin of the age of the background, with the view of the community, with the library, with the space program, collection shows the need, with the need, with the inch, with the user, with the and everyone feels belong. Principle of the equity, the diversity, the inclusion, belong with its gap with the library bill, with the rights books with the other library resources to provide the interest and information alignment of all of the people of the community with the library, so the material should not exclude. Because of the origin, age of the background, the you, with the contributing with their creation. The origin means all of the traits of someone that is born into with and can't change. The age means all of the traits that come with a person's stage of life. The material of the background means all of the traits of the age of the result of the person's life, the experience of the virtue, views, made all of the opinion of the belief that held and expressed by a person. Libraries must provide the equitable, inclusive of the access to do with it must closely with the talk with the diverse community, with the understanding of the need, of the goal, with the help of the libraries offer collections services that meet those of the need, with the diverse collection, include the content with the Bible, with the wide array of the people, the culture, with the interest, with the authentic, with the reflect, with the variety, with the idea, of the information store, with the experience, with the library collection, with the reflect, with the language spoken and read by the community materials in various formats, serve with the need of all of the community members, the mainstream, the publisher, the author, producer, with the have of the historically unrepresented, diverse authors and viewpoints, finally reviewing and acquiring with the material that may take with an extra effort of effort. Libraries should seek with the elder, alternate, small press, independent, self-publisher, with the content of a variety of forms. Libraries benefit with the partnership, with the cooperative, the effort, with the help to find with the acquired diverse material. The interlibrary loans can support with the effort of the show, the nightmare play with the building of the local, the diverse local collections. The entire community of the library should be able to access all of the material of the book and reach over the should meet with the broad range of the ability, skill, with the tools, with the preference of these off the compatible to the adaptive with the system with the technologies. Library materials should should be easy for the community to find with the catalog labeling, displaying with help to make them possible. Libraries must avoid systems that limited and restricted the access to resources. Libraries should provide with the material, the information presenting all of the points of view on the current with a historical issue with the material should not be proscribed or removed to cover the part of some of the doctrinal disapproval. The intellectual freedom of the creative with the equitable library service with the meaning of the providing free access with a wide range of the idea of the people that can explore the question course movement of the library should do not more than avoiding excluding material that represent the unorthodox unpopular idea of the activity should include the diverse range of the genres, the idea of the expression unrepresented marginalized people of the library should receive themselves within the reach of the programs of the library often with a full commitment with the diverse equal to diversity belong with the inclusion of the reach of the library with the collection of the program represent with the many with the kinds of the idea of the show of the experience even though those that some will find the controversial. Libraries should challenge the censorship of the film element over the responsible to provide information within the libraries of the forms of information with the deal with by challenging censorship of the creative and inclusive environment where the people can explore the ideas, information, store the experience with a wide range of the people, the culture, with the material of the program, and the do not need to appeal to everyone. Libraries have the responsibility to provide access to all of the points of the view with just more popular opinions. Library workers have the professional and the ethical duty to defend the use of the right to the read of the listen of the content protected by the First Amendment, but they must do so fairly with justly, regardless of the view of the creator's viewpoint, with the personal, with the history. Fair challenge of the library should adopt the clear policy with the perceived with the well with the community objection with the complaint with the conservative, respectfully, controversially alone with should not dictate with the policy. Governing bodies as a ministry of the library workers must encourage self-censorship of the affairs based on the suppress of the diverse voice of the collection, programming, and services. Libraries should counter censorship by practicing inclusion and censorship awareness programs. Libraries should cooperate all of the person groups concerned with the resisting of abridgment of the free expression of the free access to the idea. With American society has always included the people, the diverse origin, with the age, with the background and view, with the constitutional principle of the free expression of the free access to the idea, support of the firm of the diversity, with the limiting of the free freedoms, threatens and core American values of the equity, diversity, inclusion, and belonging. The library should be over the maintain with the strong, with the title, with the group, with the support, with the social excluded, marginalized, unrepresented. The people of the library should be stand with anyone working with a particular free expression of the free access to the idea. With a person's right with the youth of the library shall not be denied with the bridge because of the youth, because of origin, age, and background and views. Principle of inclusion clear with the ambiguous library with the Bill of Rights interpretation supporting with the documentation open over the principle of the library with the regulated review of the policy and for the action of the collection should with the policy with the program should evolve to meet with the community challenge need with the library should remove revised policy with the restricted action for example exclusionary policies include the identification requirement of the overdue of the charge of fee of the deposit for the services. Libraries must be able to access the restriction solely on behavior that unfair the difference between the people and groups. The library may not base for restriction on the race, ethnic, national origin, sexual orientation, gender idea, religious affiliation, age, disability, and disease. Libraries which make exhibits, meeting with the rooms available to the public to serve to make such of the facility available to equitable belief regardless of the belief of the affiliation of the individual of the groups requesting of their use of the public available to the library service spaces serve as one for people of the groups of all of the age of the origin of the background of view of these spaces to show they have a clear policy for the define and how they can be used. The policy should be included not limited to the base for the content of the belief of the affiliation of the view of the point of the using space. Libraries should actively encourage the support of the participation of marginalized unrepresented community with the members of the public forum of the policy should be available in God language and formats of accessible to the community with the use of the public forum of the library space should not block access to the library facility with the resource of the library should be welcome and the diversity of the content of the exhibit, the diverse ID with the public of the groups and the meeting with the rooms. This includes the content of the groups of such community members of the may find with rejection of the offensive of the guns with the meeting with the rooms of the library with the American Library Association meeting room with the interpretation of the library Bill of Rights. All the people, regardless of origin, age, of background, view, of the passive, possessive of the right of the privacy, confidential within their library, youth of the library should advocate with the educated about, with the protect the people of privacy, with the safeguard all the library users have, with include personal identifiable information, the right to privacy, confidential within the library essential, the right to all of the people to do access to the information without fees, with the fear, with the consequence, without privacy, with the people to avoid reading, with the avoid reading or with viewing certain material, the limits about the ability to explore the idea with the content within the world. Surveillance monitoring harms of the marginalized group that do the most for these reasons, the privacy of the confidential of their essential for the equity, diversity, and inclusion belonging. Libraries should have the policy and practice of minimizing the surveillance tracking of someone's library use. The practice should be easy to define with available informational languages for everyone to access. Children and youth have the same rights for the privacy as adults. People should always have the choice to consent, but not to consent with being tracked with monitored. Any of the data collection surveillance should only be happening with when it is required to provide services. Library workers must protect the privacy and everything they need to do, include with selecting and using library contact, selecting software tools to design library spaces, and interacting with the users, and then responding to law enforcement. From accountability of the rights of the library user for the responsible libraries, issue with American Library Privacy Interpretation of the Library Bill of Rights and the Library Privacy Guidelines. Conclusion: library workers governing bodies administrative should uphold the Library Bill of Rights to serve the entire community with what they can do for embracing equity, diversity, inclusion, and belonging. Okay.